Lightner and Simon Chan here with a great show this is a really cool story. A mom who homeschools her 5 kids and uses social media to build a 6-figure income. We have Lightner. Lighty, what's going on?
What's going on? Thank you for having me. I'm super excited. Sharing it on my page right now.
Awesome. Hey, for those who aren't here, let us know where you're from. We have Lightner, multiple 6-figure earner out of Naples, Florida, and this is Simon Chan out of Los Angeles. We're on different coasts, but we are going to rock the world on this show. So, Lighty, let me know whenever you're ready, and we'll get started.
I am ready. Shared it. All done.
Okay. Hey, Daryl. What's going on, Daryl? Yeah, type it in. Let us know where you're from, and I'm going to get the backup recording, and here we go. 3, 2, 1. ML Nation, this is Simon Chan. I'm fired up to bring our special guest today, Lightner. Hey, Lighty, are you ready to make it happen?
I am ready. Let's do this.
Lightner got started in network marketing 4 years ago and built a 6-figure income in 8 months using social media. She's the top recruiter in her company and sponsored over 1,000 individuals in 2017 alone. Lighty is also a mom who homeschools her 5 kids. So, Lighty, let's take us back to 4 years ago. What did you used to do before you got started with network marketing?
I was a homeschooling mom. I actually got started by kind of accident. So that's a fun story, but I was just homeschooling my 5.
And how did you come across network marketing?
So my husband was a personal trainer at the time, and we actually joined in network marketing for him to do the business because we joined in the health and wellness industry. So kind of paired up with a personal training, and then I ended up working the business, which was not planned, but that's how we got started.
So how did it go? I mean, you had a lot of success right off the bat. How did you do it?
Okay. So one day I was like, I'm already using Facebook. At the time I had 300 friends and I had 150 Instagram followers. So I was like, I'm just going to put it out there and maybe help them a little bit here and there with, the time that I have when the babies go to sleep. When I joined, I was homeschooling a middle schooler, 2 little girls in pre-K. I had a 2-year-old and a 14-month-old. So whatever little time I got, I said, I'm going to post it. And then I started doing my research and I was like, people literally build businesses online. What if I can do that too? Started doing my research, and then I went online and I found every single thing that businesses use to grow on social media. I put all these things together that I thought would benefit me, because when I joined, I did not have a working upline. So the training I got was, I think some people are doing awesome with this on Instagram. I was like, okay, I don't know anything about network marketing, so I'm going to go do my homework. And 8 months after that, I literally woke up one day and I was like, what happened? We built a 6-figure income. And at that point, David came home, and he's been home ever since. But I used Instagram those 8 months to grow my business.
So what did you actually do? Can you give us some social media tips? So what do you do? Let's just focus on Instagram. What do you do on a daily basis that creates curiosity? That allows you to be a top recruiter?
So the first thing I did was build a solid brand, right? So these are things that I did, but when I didn't know I was doing them at the time, when I look back, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. But I built a brand. I built a brand that connected with people, and I was genuine and authentic. I didn't set out to sign people up. I set out to inspire and to use my story and my passions to educate other people. So on Instagram, I would hop on and I was posting about 12 to 20 times a day on Instagram. So posting patterns are huge on Instagram. So 1 out of every 5 posts I was doing the business or opportunity. Everything else, basically most of my profile was me, was my interests and my brand and my dreams, and kind of casting the vision out there for other people that were watching and saying, if you're going to attract the cold market, right, how would they connect with you? What is it that they're going to connect with? And it's not going to be a business post. So I decided I'm going to do most of my profile, my passions, my dreams. I'm going to cast the vision out there. And then people are going to get to know me and then be like, okay, well, I want to work with them, or I don't want to work with them. So that's how I rocked Instagram for a long time.
So let's talk about personal branding. You mentioned that a few times. What tips or do's or don'ts should someone do with their personal brand?
Okay, so I have a few questions that I actually had to answer in order to figure out my brand. For example, who am I? What are my core values? Because branding yourself is very different than branding a business. because you're branding a person, which is, your core values are going to go into it. I, had to talk about my faith. That's very important to me. That's part of my brand and who I am. So when you think about at the end of my life, what is it that I want people to say about me? Right? So that becomes your brand. It isn't right now where you are. It is, what is it that you want at the end of your life for people to know or say about you? And then you gear everything that you're building when it comes to your posts and what you're putting out there in the world toward working toward that goal of, this is what I want to be known by. And that becomes your brand, and you're living that every single day. It becomes a lifestyle.
So what are mistakes a lot of distributors do you see make with social media?
So, okay, mistake number one is that they're not genuine and authentic. That is like one of the biggest things on social media, especially on my feed. Like when I go through it, there's a lot of reps out there that are not genuine. They're not authentic. They're very much copy and paste. And they set out to sign people and to grow a business. And when you do that, it kind of doesn't work out that way. When you go out into the social media world and your main focus is to add value to other people, that is the number one mistake most reps don't they don't focus on. That is, they don't add value to other people. So they're focusing on, if I post more about the business, then I'll get more people to join. And when you go to my wall, I'm doing a run right now, so you're going to see a lot more business than usual. But when you go to my wall, there's a lot of my brand that has nothing to do with the business, but it's adding value to other people. So mistake number one is that you focus too much on business on social media and not enough on adding value.
Good stuff. Hey, so how, in terms of time management, how do you get it done? You homeschool 5 kids. How old are they? And where do you find the time to post and build your business?
So right now, David has been home for 3 years. So we're both stay-at-home parents. And we have a 15-year-old, and we have a 9-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 5-year-old. So they're all in different, we have like 4 different grades in the house. So the 15-year-old is pretty self-sufficient. And then my husband's been the one that is homeschooling as I build a business. So when I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is get answering my messages as quickly as I can. And then, I step in at the end of homeschooling to read some stories and do all of that. But my husband is mainly the one homeschooling right now. If it wasn't for him, I'm honestly not sure what I would do. But every spare moment I had, and I still have right now, is building the business. Like, there is no, watching, Netflix or anything like that in my world right now. And it really never was when I was building before either. Good
stuff. Hey, for those who are watching Facebook Live, you're watching Lightner talk about social media and mom, family, husband, all homeschooling 5 kids and making this business happen. If you like this, please hit the share button. There's really good stuff here. All right, let's go a little deeper. What is the major aha moment you had? For maybe you had some success and your business really, really took off. Was this a specific moment in your network marketing career?
Yes, actually, when I overcame self-doubt, to be honest with you, because I hit the second rank of the second highest rank in my first company within 15 months of joining. But I was still struggling with so much self-doubt. Am I really doing this? Can this really happen for me? Because, I'm just a homeschooling mom and I'm not a marketing guru or anything like that. So once I was okay, I'm doing this. It's happening. I'm adding value to people and people are joining and we're doing this thing together. Once I overcame that, I've had to believe in myself. That's when my business started taking off. And I started seeing, I enrolled 200 people one year, and then I jumped from 200 to 700 the next year. That's when it just, everything clicked for me. I'm like, man, even if I'm having a bad day, if I'm not believing in myself, no one is going to come believe in me, right? So that's when everything changed for me.
How did you really overcome? So if someone has these self-doubts, I'm not good enough, can I really do it? What would you recommend for them to do?
Okay, so for me, it's a little bit different because my faith drives everything that I do in my business. So for me, it was truly finding out who God said that I am. That is the most important thing for me. So diving into that every single day and reassuring, speaking over myself, the things that he said that I am, therefore I became. So that for me was huge. So to be honest with you, I am not sure how I would have made it without my faith and the relationship that I have with God, but that's really what did it for me.
What is your, this is my favorite question, kind of maybe related to that. What is your worst moment in network marketing? You've had a lot of success. A really tough worst moment to the point where most people have quit, but you didn't, and that's why you are where you are today.
So remember that second highest rank that I hit within 15 months? Well, I lost that rank 2 months after. So all my hard work and dedication and like everything that I had built and ran, and I was dealing with adrenal fatigue at the time as well. So I overcame a lot to be able to hit that rank. Well, losing that rank was a huge hit for me. Like, I was crying. I was like, why is this happening? I don't understand. Like, I'm willing to outwork everyone. And that was probably the worst time where I was like, this is a defining moment in my network marketing career. Am I going to pull through and continue to do it and just share my story to inspire other people, or am I going to just quit? So for me, quitting was not an option because my parents came on a boat to this country with a backpack. So that quitting was just not an option. So for me at that point in time, that was the darkest moment in my network marketing career. But at the same time, it was what propelled me to be who I am today, because today I'm not afraid to lose rank. We're just going to keep going if it happens again. So it's not a big deal. Those things that you thought, like, man, those are just career crushing things, but they weren't. They were just learning moments.
You know, the entrepreneur journey is a journey. Where have you seen yourself grown the most in terms of becoming to where you are today?
Actually, in leadership, to be honest with you, because that was an area for me that, as I'm an extreme introvert, so that it's really difficult for me to lead that many people and just have that servant, heart and attitude. And that's something that I'm continuously working on, because I could always be better at that. But that has been the biggest change that I've seen in myself. And through self-development, because that's my number one income-producing activity is self-development. Through self-development, I've been able to become the leader that I am today. And people ask me, why can you go, leave one company and join another company and still smash all the records? And the reality is that people trust me as a leader. And, that I don't take that lightly.
What's your proudest moment in network marketing so far?
Oh, that's a good one. When we moved into the house that we live in right now, we actually moved out of a 1,600 square foot home to an almost 4,000 square foot home. So that moment when we brought our kids in and they didn't know that this was our home, and we just brought them in and we had pizza in our completely empty house. And we were like, this is where we're living now. It was just my proudest moment, because they got to see with their own eyes, since they're so little, like, this is what mom's been working on all along. Like, all those nights that I was on my phone, this was what I was working toward. So that was my proudest one.
Hey, ML Nation, this is very inspiring. You're watching Lightner share about how she crushed 6 figures, being a mom and using social media. If you like this, please hit the share button. Let's get this good stuff out there. Hey, what excites you, Lighty, about network marketing right now? What's your vision?
Yeah, what excites me the most about network marketing is, to be honest with you, when I joined, it was very people didn't talk about building solely through social media, right? That was almost like a taboo, like nobody talked about it. What excites me the most is that the average mom that was like me, like, I didn't have any other way to make an income other than, to be able to do it online. They have those opportunities now with where we're headed with technology. So that's really what excites me the most, because if I truly want to help other people change their lives, then I have to meet them where they are. And there's a lot of moms, and that's my passion, to help people, find financial freedom, that need this. And where we are set up with Instagram and Facebook and, billions of people online, you don't have an excuse anymore not to be able to succeed and bring an extra, $500 home.
How do you train someone to create duplication with online, with social media?
Well, my method is kind of a little bit unconventional, because I teach people to brand themselves, right? So we have all different, walks of life on our team. And That's really important to me, to teach them to find their brands, to continue to grow in self-development so they expand their brand and become better. And then I teach, the simple steps of how to post on Instagram, what to post on Facebook, how to post on Facebook. But I am not like I don't like to micromanage my people. So I really like freedom of expression, and I protect that a lot with my team. So there's principles that I teach my team, but the bulk of the message is really their message as individuals. So that's what I love. I love that I'm able to do that. And when you join our team, I have a website that has like, here's where to start and all of that. Because if you don't have systems in place, like I'm the queen of systems. If you don't have systems in place, it's going to be really hard to get duplication.
Yes, very, very good. So you teach people how to post, not necessarily what to do, but principles. Like adding value, creating curiosity, what not to do, what to do.
Exactly.
Good, like kind of like what we talked on the show. Really good. Hey, you've been awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. As we go towards the end of the show, some quick questions to pick your brain. Okay. First one is, what is one of your favorite success quotes that motivates you?
Okay, Tony Robbins says, your past does not equal your future. So that's one of my favorite quotes because my self-doubt came a lot of thinking of the future. Like, I'm just a refugee. Like this, I could not be living the American dream. That's not for me. So that's a quote that really just inspires me. Like, it doesn't matter what my past is or your past is. The future can be completely different.
What is one habit that's helped you become successful?
Self-development, hands down. Every single day. My number one income-producing activity is self-development.
Do you have a specific routine? Do you do it in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening? What do you like?
I actually do it in the morning. I have an app on my phone that I listen to a proverb every single day. And then I listen to like a YouTube video or something like that. But I try to do those things before I get out of bed, which is kind of difficult when you have to answer a lot of messages. But I try to get it done before I get out of bed. But that's my routine.
Cool. Hey, by the way, I read Proverbs and Ecclesiastes every morning. Like I go through it and finish. That's basically, whether you believe it or not, all the self-development is in there. If you listen to it, you have a good life. If you don't listen to it, your life will be screwed. That's it. I made the mistake. They're pretty much true, right? Like the wisdom. If you don't listen to what it tells you to do, and you see people in the news who don't listen to it, it's never very good. Short term, you get happiness. Long term, you get suffering.
Absolutely.
A lot of pain. What is the best piece of advice you ever received?
Okay, so the best piece of advice I ever received was, don't ever separate your faith from your business. Because the day you do that is the day that your business is going to fail. And from that moment on, I set out to never separate my business from my faith. And I became the top female recruiter in network marketing.
Yeah, awesome. It's being true to yourself.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Absolutely.
What's your favorite prospecting tool? So say you have a prospect who's interested. Do you what do you do? Do you send them a link to a video? Do you add them to a Facebook group? What do you like to use?
So my favorite tool is a landing page. Okay, so for me, a landing page is just one page that has like very key information on the product, the opportunity, and it's going to answer objections before they come up, but it's not going to overwhelm the prospect. So this is kind of my key on how I became a top recruiter, because every single prospect gets the exact same tool. I don't have to say too much. I don't have to worry about what I'm saying. Am I saying too little to this prospect or that one? So everyone gets the same exact tool. So I like using landing pages for that.
What's your favorite online resource? Do you have an online resource like a Dropbox, Evernote, or favorite app on your phone that you could recommend?
Yes. Actually, I live on WordSwag to be able to do the words on my posts and all of that. And my newest favorite app that I cannot live without is called Warble, Werble. And Warble does all of like the effects and the fires on your pictures and stuff. I love all that stuff. So I'm living for Warble right now.
Awesome. Hey, for those who are on Facebook Live, thank you. It is very inspirational. Thank you for sharing this. And a question from Marco. She asked me, did I read the whole Proverbs, book of Proverbs every day? I wish I could say yes, but no, I don't. I just read one chapter And then I finish it, then read Ecclesiastes, and I repeat it, go back to Proverbs 1 again. And I guess it takes, how many books are there? Every 45 days or so, I start from scratch. But I don't read the whole book. Hey, getting back to books, Lighty, what is one book you could recommend to ML Nation?
So the one book that I would recommend, it's my favorite book. It's called Jesus CEO. And it's business principles according to his style of leadership, which is servant leadership. That book, man, that book is so worn out, and it looks like a truck ran it over. But that is by far my favorite book.
And here's the last question, the $1 million question. You ready?
Yes.
So imagine you had to start all over again, and you knew no one. So you didn't know your husband, didn't even know your kids. You had a contact list of 0. You're kind of like an alien that went to another universe, but they spoke English. And you had all your current knowledge, skills, and wisdom. What's the first thing you do to find prospects, or first place you go to build an MLM business from scratch?
Instagram. I would definitely go to Instagram, because when I started network marketing, that was literally my life. Like I was pregnant for 4.5 years, so my contact list was 0, was my children, and they were not going to buy from me. So I went on Instagram. That's exactly what I would do today. I would go to Instagram, I would go to Facebook, and I would do exactly what I did at the beginning, which was create relationships, add value to other people. And to be honest with you, I've never had to send a cold message in my entire network marketing career. So I didn't become a top recruiter because I went out and reached out to people. I have people in my inbox. So being able to do attraction marketing the way that I did at the very beginning is what I would do if I had to start all over again and I knew no one, because I know that it works. I did it one time around.
Where would you find followers or people to follow on Instagram? Where would you go to connect with people?
So on Instagram, the Instagram etiquette is the more people you follow, right? The people are going to follow you back. That's just Instagram etiquette. So I was following people on Instagram, like 200 people a day. So I got new followers because of your content on Instagram. If you have a killer profile, people are going to continue to follow, even if you unfollow them later on, because you have to clean up your Instagram. They only allow you to follow 7,500 people. So I was cleaning my Instagram every week of people that were not following me and then following new people. Through the hashtags, I got to connect with different markets. That's what I use my hashtags for. And then new people would follow my profile. And that's basically how you build a following on Instagram. I went from 150 followers to 71,000.
Awesome. There you go. Hey, as we wrap up, any last words of advice? And then what's the best way for our listeners to connect with you and follow you on Instagram?
So the Lady Lightner on Instagram and Facebook is Lady Lightner. They're welcome to follow me on either one of those. But my best piece of advice is you truly have to find what you're passionate about. Like, don't do it just for a paycheck, that extra $500 if you're trying to help your family. But find out what you're passionate about and then decide and commit that you're going to work on self-development every single day, because the better that we get, the better our brand gets. And the better that our brand gets, the more people you're going to attract. And then just go out on social media and add value to other people. So every single day, I'm like, okay, how am I going to add value to people today? What am I going to bring to the table? So when you do that, when you say, what am I bringing to the table every single day? It changes a dynamic in your followers, and people start seeing you as someone that is concerned with adding value to other people instead of coming to social media to take. So that would be my best piece of advice.
Hey, ML Nation, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And today, you've been hanging out with Lighty and Lightner. So keep up the momentum and go to mlnation.com and type in Lighty. That's Laire. So it spells differently than it sounds. Laire, like Laire with an E. Laire at the search bar, and then all the show notes and the links to Lighty's Instagram. Definitely check her out. Follow her, see what the good stuff that she's doing, how she's providing value. Lighty Lightner. It will all be there on the show notes page. Hey, in order to be successful in life and in network marketing, you must help others. So, Lighty, thanks again for sharing your valuable time with ML Nation. We're grateful to you, and we appreciate you for having a positive impact on millions of distributors worldwide. Thank you so much again, and God bless you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Hey, that was awesome. Lighty, don't hang on yet. Let me just wrap up this Facebook Live feed. Hey, those on Facebook Live, thank you for sharing this. Marco, thank you. Jennifer, thank you. Very inspiring. You can share this as well. Kurt Heiss, Kurtz, good to see you. Alan Hosinger, good to see you as well. This is Lightner. Connect with her on Instagram and Facebook and check her out. And really good stuff about social media you can share with her. Share this episode as well. Hey, thank you so much. That's Lightner out in Naples, Florida. Top recruiter using social media, Simon Chan. Thank you for watching. And remember, we're in the profession to help others. So go out there, provide value, have a positive impact on someone's life today. God bless you all.